it is Lindsay, and today I want to talk to you about the black hole. And the black hole, or the void of where you send your applications off when you apply online for jobs. So at one point in my team, we had 60,000 pending applications for review. 60,000 team. 60,000. And one of the big problems in recruiting is that there is no other job where the scale of potential contacts to a single individual is the number. If you guys have any idea what it is, recruiters are on average working between 20 and 40 positions, and the average job application process, or should say job requisition, has 150 applicants. So if you do the math there, that means your average recruiter is working with 3,000 to 6,000 people. That means if they worked every day of the year and got through 10 people a day, they still wouldn't see the amount of people that they average hold in a single month. That's insanity. Insanity. So if you're not feeling special in the job search process, there's a reason you aren't. You are one of thousands. And the reason we struggle with this is that nearly 80% of candidates who are actually applying aren't even qualified. So there's a first in, first out methodology typically when it comes to looking at applications, which means you want to be one of the first people in if you're choosing to apply, which is why the success rate of applications is less than 3.6%. So what's important for you to know is that the applicant tracking system wasn't built to help you. It was built to help me. It was built to help me keep track of my compliance for the government. And that means that it is literally the virtual file cabinet. It's the virtual file cabinet. And most of you know, file cabinets is where papers go to die. And that's where your application goes as well. So if you have 3,000 to 6,000 candidates and then another 60,000 pending, what's the likelihood if you are in that pool that you're going to get a chance to be seen by anybody? Well, about 25% of that will actually be seen and most of them won't. So I got really frustrated when I realized how big a problem this was. I decided that I needed to do something about it. And so I thought people deserve more. They deserve to be treated more than a piece of paper, because I watched my dad job search when I was a young girl and he had no success. And I watched helplessly. For years as he struggled through his job search. And that kind of thing, that's what it resonates with me today, because when I see somebody's name, I know that that's a person, and that person has a family, and they have a spouse, and they have children, and all the people behind them that are rooting for them, that are counting on them, and yet we treat them like they are disposable. And that is my beef with the recruiting system, because the truth is that recruiters aren't really bad people, and candidates certainly aren't bad people, but the process is broken. And that's where my big platform, my soapbox about how broken this industry is, it's twofold. We need to fix it so that candidates can apply for jobs quickly, be considered for jobs based on the merit of their qualifications, not just on who they know. And we also need to do a better job letting recruiters be successful and manage relationships rather than transactions. So that is how I feel about this. What really happens is that when you send an application online, you are applying to a black hole. So I had been getting on this soapbox for years. Back in 2011, I actually was at Facebook at their headquarters, and I said, candidate experience is critical. You never know who might be a past, present, or future customer. So treat everyone like they're a valued guest. And that was long before candidate experience was a real thing. People deserve to be treated like human beings. And I sat in a room and I listened to Jeff Bezos say, what is it, one idea that you can do that would change the world? And I thought, goodness gracious, I have no idea. I don't think that I'm qualified to tell you anything that's going to change the world for a behemoth like Amazon. But then I thought about what is it that I had been dedicating my life's work to, which was trying to treat candidates with respect, with value, treating them like a guest, like a customer, and trying to find the right people, the right job. That's really what I'd been focused on. And so I literally went and I started writing on the walls. I started writing on the walls about what we could do to change candidate experience. And it looked like I was crazy. The walls were glass, by the way, so I could actually write on the walls. And by the end of it, I came up with this idea because I realized how many recruiters we had, how many people were actually applying, and how we could actually consider all of them, how we could all give them a fair shot and let them self-select out of the process. And it was glorious. I'll be honest, it was glorious. It's one of my most brilliant ideas I've ever come up with. And I went to my boss and she said, no thanks. No thanks. I think they're working on that. And that's when I decided I couldn't do that anymore. It was like the little pinprick in my balloon that just deflated. It just deflated, and I gave up on the idea that I could change things from the inside. They came back and eventually said, it'll take 4 years to do what you're asking to do. And I said, we have the technology in place to do it right now. We do. We can do it right now if we commit the time and effort to do this. Before I left at Amazon, they said, we're going to do it, but it is going to take 4 years. And I said, still too little, too late. My turn to go outside and change this from the industry, because now I've become the person who's speaking on behalf of those 60,000 candidates that didn't even bother to get, let me just tell you how quickly. Select all, decline. That's how quickly you got considered. Select all, decline. And you got all that message. Thanks for applying. We were really impressed with your qualifications, but we didn't bother to even give you a call or a second look at your resume. That's what that email means. And that's not good enough. That's not good enough. So now I actually help more people get hired in a month than I did as a recruiter. That's how successful my programs are. My success rate is so strong that I'm able to do more with less candidates because I get the right people. I help them beat the odds. I turn that system that I built that you have to beat, I turned it on its head. And then I figured out how you can get out of the rat's maze and start winning. And the truth is that you can't act like anyone else. This is like anything in life. If you act like anyone else, then you are just like you're one in a million, not one in a million. If you want to stand out, you need to act differently. You need to act differently. So I realized that there was a better way. There was a better way. And after watching 1 million people go through my requisitions for my team and my company, 1 million requisitions, 10,000 hires, that there was a system that these people were taking to shortcut the process. And what the best candidates did is they didn't play by the rules. So I want you to stop doing things that are not giving you success in your job search. And the big one is you need to stop sending in applications to the black hole. There is a better way to do it. And the last week, 7 of my clients have gotten job offers. There is no joke that this is the slowest hiring season of the year. It is. Corporate America slows down, and it's a combination of fourth quarter and also paid time off and people being on vacation. So with the holidays, the fourth quarter, that means a lot of a big slowdown in this process. But these people are still beating the odds. And the reason is that what I just told you is not true. Right now is the perfect time to job search. And in fact, if you're sitting around thinking, and I'll tell you, I was this person at one time, I'm going to look after the first of the year because that's when things start really kind of opening up. You are missing out on the key window that is going to happen in January. In fact, you can beat that system now if you do it today. So I'm going to be doing some free training and I'm going to have 2 of my clients on live on Thursday, joining me for a live presentation about how they were able to land their dream job. In fact, one of them got 4 offers. He's in his 50s, and he will tell you that he faced every adversity in the book of being overqualified, and he was able to completely turn it around. So if you want to know how you can turn your job search around, how do I land 7 job offers in 7 days? How do I get 7 clients through? What is it that they are doing? I want you to join me on Thursday. So go join my Facebook group. That's the Job Search Network. The link is above, and come join me. Come join me and learn about what it is that we are going to be doing here. I cannot wait to see you there.